I'm still overwhelmed by all the poetry, but I'll read a few. So I'll just start with this first one called I Was Lost in Tokyo, true story of being in Tokyo. So, a man fell off his bike in the intersection and asks me where I'm from. He says, Maryland. Oh, what a small place. He sings it like an elegy, and though he is speaking Japanese and I English, I understand his song. The city is half the size of my state. It is full of many busy people who will not forgive themselves. The cars wait as the man gets to his feet and walks to the sidewalk, telling me how to get to my youth hostel. And even though I'm close, I get lost 5, 6 more times because I can't tell on my map what is a road, what is an alley, what does everyone in such a small place fit. The sky. That fall, when I return home, I marvel at the parking lots and kiss the cigarette butt ground. So flat, so much space. A family could live here. No, 10, 100,000 families could live on this asphalt. And this next poem is actually one upcoming Drunken Boat, which MK mentioned. It's called, it's from a collection actually all about Beijing, but Beijing builds a Disney-themed amusement park. Mickey insists, I'm not a mouse, I'm just a cat with unusually round ears. Mickey, cut the bullshit. We all know copyright infringement when we see it. Even the costume teens admit their stolen identities. It's only the overworked mothers who snap like socialists. Shouldn't others be able to use these characters besides Disney? 7 refugee dwarves with careless eyes wave to the cameras, which translates, always protect your social security numbers. You never know who they'll make love to. The dwarves, clustered by weeping woman statue, bearing trademark Snow White tendencies. Mickey tells me, Disneyland is too far away, so please come here. But tourist evidence reveals a loss more fragile. If we are name stealers, then call me Wendy Zhang. Let me be 20 poets. Let me run wholeheartedly through pavement seas with this dangerous freedom. And yeah, so another China poem because that's something I do, even though I'm white. Go figure. This is called Soy Milk. Also true story because that's all I can do is true. I suck at lying. Soy milk. In the Asian Mart, my mother checks the labels in our cart for anything made in China. She says, they put drywall in their own baby's milk. Just think about that. Their own baby's milk. An old Korean woman looks at us, holds a jar of kimchi in her hand. We are a novelty. I tell my mother we're in America, that they don't sell food like that here. Do I say that more for her or my comfort? But when I grab the soy milk, she shouts, put that soy milk back. Other shoppers pause with their carts. A man selling raw fish lifts his chin up away from us. I part my hair over my eyes, hoping to become Asian while my mother retreats to the western aisle among Lysol, Windex, and other chemicals. Her body relaxes. Doesn't she know the deadliness in her comforts? That I could drink China all day, but she will lay in her room without windows, without air, the fumes that linger, as she reassures me from her bed, it's clean here. So thanks to Josh Weiner, he gave me...
J-Dubs.
Yeah. He gave me a copy of Flannery O'Connor's Prayer Journal, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. But I read it and I thought it was really awesome, and it gave me this challenged myself to write a prayer of some sort as a poem each day and just kind of see what comes out of that. So this is totally raw, but I thought I'd bring it for shits and giggles. But it's like one of those prayer things called My Father and I Are. My Father and I are. By the time I sat down, I remembered that I was one unclean. He is the one worthy to open the 7 seals. He can read the 7 scrolls. And oh, how we need a reader. Oh, how I need a reader. In heaven, we will be on open mic night, and the theme will always be you. Our hands will be hallelujahs. We will be happy people the way we were before we were clothed. My Father and I are not Shalom, not Eden. Whoa, the mic suddenly changed. Today is for God, so love the world. There are so many verses I memorized once in exchange for candy, but now they have cavities, others completely lost to me. As tiring as it is to pick up this book, I know we are asked by what we do, not by what we haven't done. But if I were, I would tell you I am in love, but I want to be more in love. So I've got 2 more poems, and the other kind of going with the spiritual thing, which has been a theme recently for me, is What the Angels Say. The angels must despise me because I am loved despite my ungodliness. They must say to themselves, who is that slut, and why does she have so many chances? What about my brother who chose Lucifer, who chose light? He was given once. A human can't understand this. And I can't understand, I know. John says, we will one day weigh the angels, but who am I to condemn an angel? What am I to be greater than an angel, yet so small? And what is smaller than a stone but an ant, a grain, an atom that composes 1 grain? Yes, I am that thing. I am that loved thing. Oh, angel, please know that as you sing, in heaven I thrash on earth, despising that which you despise. I am tormented by the love that cannot be written down or understood. And this last one is called Parable of the Ice Cream Party. I'll give quick background. I was in Japan. We were doing this English teaching thing, and we wanted to have this ice cream party to invite some kids in the neighborhood to kind of learn English and stuff like that. And the way that was recommended to advertise this was to stand outside of an elementary school as a bunch of grown white people and hand out flyers to strange children. I feel like in America you can't do that. That just sounds really pedophile-ish and really creepy. But pedophile. Thank you. I can't speak. But but I thought that was really weird, and that was apparently the most effective means. But that's what we did, and it didn't work. So this is a poem about the ice cream party that nobody ended up attending. In the elementary school window, a girl practices her flute. It's been almost 3 hours, and oh, how lonely she looks up there. I wonder, does her mother want her? Or is she, like so many children here, graded by compulsory passion? The children that passes might take flyers out of politeness, but mostly they want to practice their English. Our leader says that this is the most successful ministry tool, but I believe otherwise, that this is how we reinforce myths that white people will eat your children. Above us, the sky gets dark, but still, there are children returning home from their labors alone. Even on Sunday, they walk across the streets unchaperoned, but they do not come to our party. The sanctuary is empty except for 5-gallon tubs of ice cream, our purchased congregation. While we eat the gifts meant for others, our pastor stands at the window, watching two children on the street below. His eyes are the eyes of a father who only wants what is best for his children. From up here, the street is without grace or good news, and the children, they look oh so small. Thank you very much.